Hello, everyone. I hope you're all well. Oh, that camera's not doing very good, is it? Hello, everyone. I hope you're all well and having a great day. And you're getting ready for the big festivities on the horizon. Um, like I say, I hope you're all well and keeping safe and everything's fine for you. So thanks very much for coming and visiting me at Warren's Team Talk. Please make sure, but before we get started, that you hit the subscribe button, and also remember to please put a like on the video as well, and also make sure you subscribe. That you share it around with as many different people as you possibly can. That'd be absolutely fantastic. And we've got chatting already. That's brilliant. And Dan Evans says, good day. Hi, Dan. How are you, mate? I hope you're well. Nice to see you. I hope your weekend's been good. So what we're going to do today is we're going to review match day 18 of the Premier League from this weekend, such as it was, after all the cancellations. And the big news is that the Premier League have made the decision that they're going to continue on with the fixtures over the Christmas period, which I thought was quite telling, really. When they say over the Christmas period, I thought they might have said they're just going to continue on, but they said over the Christmas period. So maybe they're planning to shut it down after Christmas is finished. I don't know, but there you go. And we got another chat from James Dunlop. Hi, James. And James says, hi, Warren. I hope you're well. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks, James. I hope that you're well and having a great day. So without further ado, let's get on with the show, as they say. So the start of the weekend, before any games were played, this was the Premier League table. Manchester City were sitting loud and proud at the top of the table with 41 points. Liverpool was second with 40. Chelsea were in third with 37. Arsenal were fourth with 29. West Ham were fifth with 28. Manchester United was sixth with 27, and Tottenham were seventh with 25. Wolves were eighth with 24. Leicester were in ninth with 22. And Aston Villa were 10th with 20. So, and then the bottom three, as you can see, was Burnley with 11 points, Newcastle with 10, and Norwich with 10. So there you go. Let's see what happened with the fixtures, though. So the match day 18 fixtures were decimated by postponements because of the coronavirus. And actually, from now on, when I want to mention that thing, I'm going to say the ding dong. All right. So the games were decimated because of the ding dong, and those games that were postponed were Manchester United against Brighton, Aston Villa and Burnley, Southampton v Brentford, Watford v Crystal Palace, West Ham v Norwich, and Everton v Leicester. The Saturday evening game between Leeds and Arsenal went ahead. And I've got a review of that game to come out shortly. So once I've finished this, I'll be doing another stream for that. So you're both welcome. Well, anyone who wants to come and watch that, you're welcome to come and watch that, obviously. Wolves against Chelsea was played on Sunday at 2 o'clock kickoff. And then 2:15 kickoff between Newcastle and Manchester City went ahead. And then Sunday the 19th at 4:30 saw Tottenham take on Liverpool. Dan Evans says, I think it should have been halted before Christmas so the staff and players could spend Christmas with their families. But I guess for the Prem, it's all about, about money. I think you're 100% right, mate. And I just hope that we don't, as a country, do what we did before and just take too long to take any action. Because I think that was one of the biggest problems last time, that we just didn't take enough action soon enough, and it just all got out of hand, really, in my opinion. James says, most Premier League clubs voted that they should continue the fixtures. I don't agree with that, to be honest. No, neither do I. And I think if fans want to, that they should vote with their feet and just not attend, because I'm not convinced that it's going to be safe. Do you know what I mean? I just don't. And I don't think it should have gone ahead. But there again, people shouldn't have to miss out because, the authorities can't make the right decisions. I just don't understand it. I totally agree with what Dan said. I just think it's all about this, to be quite frank. And, I just think it's wrong. I think it should have been stopped. And even if it was just for a couple of weeks or so until the new year, or to the middle of the new year, just to give, things time to calm down, or see if they're going to calm down or not. But they don't seem to want to do that. But maybe we'll see what happens, because if their hands might get forced if it gets really bad and the old ding dong takes hold, then really badly, then they might be forced to. Dan says it's good for the board of directors to vote for this, because they aren't the ones in close contact and they aren't at risk, because the staff, etc., didn't have a say, are the ones at risk. Yeah, exactly, mate. And the other issue with it is that all the medical staff that are going to be presumably taken away from hospitals where they're really needed for serious admissions and getting people into hospital and all the rest of it, because they've got to attend a game of football. And the clue is in what I just said, a game. It's not life and death. It's not important that these games go ahead, in my opinion. Yeah, I love football and I want to see it go ahead, but not at the expense of the medical services and people being able to receive medical attention and stuff like that. I just don't think that's acceptable. I'd much rather surgeons and medical staff be there to help out people who have been pulled into hospital because they've got the ding dong than anything else. Do you know what I mean? Money over people's health, unfortunately, not just in football, in life in general. Yeah, and sadly, mate, it's been like that for donkey's years. I remember going on marches against this sort of stuff. I remember going on marches with the miners. I remember going on marches for the NHS, stuff like that, because of the fact that the government were putting profit and money before people. It's just not right. It ain't, But there you go. I'm not going to get political about it, because I can feel myself I could very easily get really political, but I'm going to try and avoid it, to be honest. And Dan says, as much as I love football, I prefer it to be cancelled over people's well-being, like you said. Totally agree with you, Warren. Yeah, I thank you very much, Dan, and I'm glad that you said that. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Right, so enough about the old ding dong. Let's move on. And match day 18 of the Premier League. So the only game on Saturday, like I said, was the game between Leeds and Arsenal. And the first half, I have to say, I was shocked. I was absolutely staggered by the way that Arsenal set about Leeds. They absolutely destroyed them in that first half. And apparently, I'm not sure that I believe this, but someone said that Arsenal set a new Premier League record for the number of shots that had been made during the first half. Apparently, it was the highest number ever in Premier League history. I find that difficult to believe, to be honest, but you never know. It could be true, but that's what I heard. Second half, I thought Arsenal backed off a bit. Whether they thought the game was won, I don't know, or it was a bit more of a case of Leeds coming out and trying to make a fight of it. So yeah, it was very, very impressive performance from the Gunners, to be frank. I have a couple of issues with a couple of players, but I'll talk about that in the review that I do for it. Sid Freeman says, did you see Leeds had a 15-year-old on the bench? They would be in the same year as me at school. Wow. Yeah, that's mad, isn't it? Well, thanks. Hello, Sid. I hope you're well, mate. Thanks for joining us. And yeah, that is pretty mad. And fair play to the young lad who was sitting on the bench. It must have been an amazing experience for him, and I hope he enjoyed it. James Dunlop says, good win for Arsenal, even though it was against a weak Leeds side who are missing key players. That front line you played without Aubameyang is a real threat. Martinelli looks the player. Mate, he is going to be top drawer. I honestly think he could go as high as he wants to in the game. And I've heard people talking about what sort of ceiling he's got. And I don't think he has got a ceiling. I think he can be as good as whatever he wants to be frank. But there you go. So the match stats for this game were Arsenal had 21 shots, 12 of which were on target, against Leeds, who had 9 shots with 2 on target. Leeds had 51% possession. Arsenal had 49%. Leeds made 405 passes and Arsenal had 392. And the pass accuracy for both teams was 77%. So there you go. That's the tale of the tape. And Dan says, who's Arsenal's captain now? Well, that hasn't definitely been decided. They've got a leadership group, if you've ever heard anything so ridiculous. Apparently, there's a group of about 5 players who are going to take turns in being captain. I guess that they'll continue on like that until the end of the season. Who is in the leadership group, I don't know for definite, but I think I heard that it was Granit Xhaka. Jesus Christ, don't ask me how he's in line for it. Kieran Tierney, Lacazette, Odegaard, and I think Emil Smith-Rowe is as well, but I'm really not 100% sure. Sid Freeman says, are you going to any games over Christmas, Warren? I can't, unfortunately. There is a good reason why I can't attend matches, but I'd rather not discuss it on here. It's to do with my health. Unfortunately, because of health reasons, I'm not able to attend the matches, but I will be watching them. Don't worry about that. So for health reasons, no, unfortunately, I won't be able to, sadly. I used to, years ago, I used to go all the time. I had a season ticket. I used to go to away games as well. Yeah, it was pretty mad actually. I've been all over the country watching football, not just Arsenal. I used to go and follow my local team, which was then at the time Maidstone United, all over the place. So yeah, sadly, no, I won't be able to go. Not sure, Dan. Good question, says Dan. Not sure, Dan. Good question. Um, um, and Dan Evans says, I think non-league football is the best. It is, mate. And what I used to like about non-league football was the way that you can walk all the way around the ground as well, at half time or any time during the game, and like change where you're standing. And it used to happen at non-league football. I noticed that, like, fans would stand behind the goal where their team was attacking, and so then in the second half, when they switched ends, so the fans would as well. It was bonkers. And Dan Evans said, Sid, you a Stockport fan? That's what I want to see. The chat interacting with each other. That's great. Excellent. Right, so the next game saw Newcastle play Manchester City. Manchester City ran out by 4-0. Quite a comfortable victory for City by the looks of it. So, yeah, that was an impressive victory. And they just seem to be going from strength to strength and powering away at the top of the league. Sid says, yeah, mate. Well, there you go. We've got Stockport County Supporters Club in the chat. I love it. I've been to a few non-league games, proper football, mate. It is. It's like, I absolutely love it because I just think it's proper football. The players come over and chat to the fans and stuff like that. It's great. Honestly, I really, really love it. Dan said, did you go to the game this Saturday? Amazing win. So there you go. This is good. I'm liking this. Yeah. 4-0. Excellent. Cool. Right. So the next game, the match stats for this game, the tail of the tape, it was Newcastle had 5 shots with 1 on target. Manchester City had 18 shots with 7 on target. Newcastle had 28% possession and City had 72%. Newcastle made 265 passes and City made 709. And Newcastle had an 81% pass accuracy and Manchester City had a 91% pass accuracy. So there you go. Those stats tell their own story, really, I think. And the next game was Wolves 0, Chelsea 0, and Wolves' recent fairly good record of defensive record seems to be continuing. They seem to be proving under this new manager that they're a very tough nut to crack. And Chelsea found it difficult to break them down, obviously, by the scoreline. So, and that's been the story of what their recent run of form has been. They've been very, very difficult to break down and score against. So, and Chelsea have got quite a number of players out. So, yeah, it was, like I say, a 0-0 draw. So, and James says, if Newcastle somehow stay up, I think it could be the greatest escape. City were just too good yesterday. Mate, they are just destroying everyone. And the more this is going on, I I'm beginning to think that they might end up walking away with the league because they just look so good. Sid says, Dan, I'd recommend in watching my videos, do a vlog for County. I do a vlog for County. Nice one, Sid. Yeah, anyone who's not subscribed to Sid's channel, please go over and check him out and go and watch his videos. I'm going to go and check one out later this evening when I'm relaxing and see what it's all about, because I'd be quite interested to see one of his vlogs. It sounds excellent. And Dan says, I looked up their keeper and only last season he was playing in the A-League. Wow. I will check them out, Sid, after this live stream. And Taib Hussain says, hi, Warren. How you doing, mate? I'm good, thanks, Taib. Nice to see you, buddy. James Dunlop says, did you see Chelsea's bench, Warren? Wasn't that strong at all with all the missing key players to the ding dong and injuries. And Taib says, Ron, can you send me your email? Because mine didn't work the other day, but I have fixed it now. Thanks. Right, I'm going to put it in the chat for you, mate. There you go. There it is. That's the Warren's Team Talk email address. You can email me there if you want. I'm glad to hear that you've got your email issue sorted out, though, Ty. That's excellent news. Sid Freeman says, thanks, Warren. You're welcome, mate. Anytime at all. And James Dunlop says, hi, Taib. Taib says, hi, James. And then there's my Warren's Team Talk email address. So, yeah, the Wolves-Chelsea match, it's a bit of a stalemate. And as James said, the Chelsea bench weren't that strong. And their form has taken a bit of a slump of late. So if they want to remain in this title race, they need to fix that up ASAP, because otherwise they could end up finding themselves getting caught by Arsenal for third place. And they don't want that to happen, I'm sure. But I don't think it will. I can't see that happening. If it does, it'll be bloody ridiculous. So in this game, Wolves had 4 shots with 1 on target. Chelsea had 8 shots with 1 on target. Wolves had 36% possession. Chelsea had 64%. Wolves had 433 passes, and Chelsea had 739. The pass accuracy was 77% for Wolves and 87% for Chelsea. So there you go. That was the tale of the tape for both Wolves and for Chelsea. And then the final game of the weekend saw Tottenham take on Liverpool at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The game ended in a 2-2 draw, and I was listening to the game on the radio, and it sounded an absolutely fantastic game. Well, the commentator certainly made it sound like that. Anyway, I do quite enjoy listening to football on the radio because it takes me back to my childhood. Because, there's only a few games televised live on TV in those days, and a lot of them, you'd have to listen to it on the radio, and if you were lucky, you'd be able to see some highlights later in the evening. But yeah, I did enjoy it, I have to say. So Kane gave Tottenham the lead after 13 minutes. Then Liverpool took the lead, drew level through Jota in the 35th minute. And then Andy Robertson put Liverpool 2-1 up in the 69th minute. and then Song pulled Tottenham level on the 74th minute. Now, this game also saw Andy Robertson being sent off for a particularly vicious tackle, apparently, according to the radio. How bad it actually was, I don't know, because I haven't seen the challenge. But, yeah, they weren't very impressed with it. So, there you go. So the match stats for this game were that Liverpool had 18 shots and 6 shots on target. Tottenham had 10 shots with 5 on target. Tottenham had 43% possession. Liverpool had 57%. And then Tottenham had 413 passes and Liverpool had 519. And Tottenham had a pass accuracy of 76% and Liverpool had an 81% pass accuracy. So there you go. So there's some more chats here. I've been impressed with Wolves' new manager. He's got them well organised and they play very good football. They just lack scoring goals at the moment. Yeah, and their match stats tend to indicate that they're having trouble creating opportunities for themselves. So maybe that's something he needs to focus on now. But Taib says, Warren, I was stuck in the lift for 3 hours at work and the epoxy engineer took ages to get me out of that low. Oh, my God. That must have been horrific. Jesus. I would have been freaking out, mate. I'm telling you, I would have hated that. And James Dunlop says, VAR asked the referee to look at the monitor for the Robertson red card incident. But why didn't they tell him to do that for the Harry Kane tackle? Kane should have been sent off as well. Yeah, that's what they were saying that on the radio, that Kane's challenge was just as bad as Robertson's, but he never got touched. And I believe it's because he's the England captain. That's why they didn't do it. Yeah, so when you're the England captain, you tend to get a lot of protection with things like that. That's what I've noticed. Whether it's right or not, that's another matter. But because I don't think it is. But well, Dan, unfortunately, I haven't seen Harry Kane's challenge, and I honestly haven't. If I'd seen it, I'd give you my opinion on it, but I haven't seen it. I've just listened to the game on the radio, but the people on the radio were saying it was really bad and that he should have walked, but I don't know because I didn't actually see it. But what do you think? Dan says, as a referee myself, I think he should have been sent off to the showers early. Yeah, and many years ago, Alan Shearer, I remember, got involved with an altercation with Neil Lennon, and he ended up kicking him in the head, and he had to go before the FA, and it was just before the World Cup. And he told the FA, if you sanction me or take any action against me, I'm going to refuse to go to the World Cup. So they draw your own conclusions from that one. Dan Evans says, careless, dangerous, and no control over the tackle, says Dan. Well, yeah, and that's what the radio was saying. And James Dunlop said it was a red card, Dan. And defo agree with you, James, says Dan. James Dunlop, is it because he's England captain? Because therefore he can do no wrong. That's what some people are debating. Well, mate, that's, like I said, this is what happened years ago with Alan Shearer and the FA. And since then, that seems to have been what the policy is, that you don't come down heavy on the England captain and they're allowed to do what they want. MJ Nelly Arteta in or Arteta out. MJ, my friend, welcome first of all to the Warren's Team Talk. I don't think I've seen you before, but if you haven't been here before, I'd like to give you a big warm welcome and thank you very much for coming and checking me out. And to answer your question, Arteta in or Arteta out, I'm 100% Arteta out. I don't think he should have been given the job in the first place. I don't think that someone who's got absolutely no management experience should be given the job as big as Arsenal Football Club. I just don't. I just think it was a ridiculous, stupid decision to make. I don't blame him because if they'd offered the job to me, I would have taken it as well. Particularly when they're going to be paying me £6.5 million a year. I think any of us would have taken it. So it's not his fault that he's taken it. But having said that, the last 2 years, he's been in the job now exactly 2 years today. The last 2 years, in my opinion, have been an absolutely unmitigated disaster. And I don't really see any signs that it's getting any better. Yes, we had a good win at the weekend at Leeds, but let's not forget that Leeds team have been struggling down the bottom end of the table all season, and they've been playing really poorly. And the thing is with Arsenal, this is exactly what happened in that 10-game unbeaten run. When we come up against teams that we should be beating, we do. And then when we come up against a big club or a big rival like Manchester City, Chelsea, Manchester United, any of those clubs, we get slapped. So people keep going on about how he's fixed the defence. When we played Man City, we was conceding something like 20 odd shots on goal. And then when we went to Liverpool, after everyone was saying, yes, he's fixed the defence and so on and all that stuff, we conceded roughly the same amount of shots on target again. So I have to say I'm Arteta out because I think a manager with experience and say, for example, we'd appointed Antonio Conte, he would have got far more out of these players. And or even Unai Emery, had he been given the backing that Arteta has, I can guarantee you that this club would now be challenging for a title. They would. I've got no doubt about that whatsoever. But that didn't happen. And here we are. So that's my take on it. I don't know what you think. I don't know what your opinion is. I can see you've put another comment in. I'll come to that in a sec when I've gone through these other ones. And Dan says, how VAR didn't alert the referee is beyond me. I don't mind the ref missing it, as refs are human. But when you have the chance to watch it in slow-mo and have the chance to see it multiple times, then exactly, mate. Now, for me, the issue is not with VAR. I think VAR is an excellent idea. I'm fully in support of having VAR. The problem is the way it's used and the way that the information is being interpreted. And I know you're a referee, Dan, and I have to say, I'm sorry to have to say this, mate, and please don't hold it against me, but I think the refereeing in this country is absolutely atrocious. I really do. And now it's being shown up. But the problem is they need to stop tinkering with the rules as well, because it's always a handful, loads of bloody changes from one year to the next. leave the laws alone and just let referees get on with it. I think the players need to give them more respect, but have that being said, I think a few of them, they need to be taken out of the game and be put on courses because they're clearly not good enough to be refereeing. I'm sorry, but they're not. But that's my opinion on it. And like I say, I don't mean to cause any offence to anyone, particularly if anyone's a referee or anything like that. But yeah, that's just what I think. Oh, and Taib Hussein's come in and looks like he's had another one of his dreams. Taib, I had a dream that Arteta got his pants pulled down and told that this league ain't for him. Laugh out loud. Taib, mate, you and your dreams, they're insane. I don't know what it is that you're eating or drinking before you go to bed, but mate, you need to. It's wild. Oh, mate, you're so funny. And how do you not alert the ref? Dan Evans says. Well, yeah, that is a bit weird to me. I just don't get it. Because I think if VAR think that there's an issue, the referee should be told to go and have a look at the screen. And we think you need to go and have a look at the screen for this one. And I know that's happened a few times, and it happened in this Spurs game. But why didn't they tell them that with a Harry Kane incident? Because it sounds like that's not what happened. And some of the decisions in recent weeks are nothing but comical. As we all say, VAR isn't the problem. It's how it's being used that is the problem. Exactly, James. You hit the nail on the head, in my opinion. Absolutely. That's it in a nutshell. And then MJ Neal, who would you pick as the next Arsenal captain? For me, there's not a lot of really good candidates. But for me, I'd give it to Kieran Tierney. But I think as well that they need to do some analysis with him and investigate why it is he keeps getting injured all the time. When he was really young and he first broke into the Celtic team, he had a really serious injury. Whether it's got something to do with that and it never ever really got dealt with properly, I don't really know. And I'm not casting aspersions on the Celtic medical staff or the medical situation in Scotland, because I come from a Scottish family, so it's got nothing to do with that. And I am a big Celtic fan as well, but the amount of injuries he gets is alarming, and I just think that it needs to be checked out. And if there's something they can do for him to sort this out, then they should do it, because it's going to hold his career back. And Arsenal could have, in my opinion, they could have an excellent left back on their hands, potentially one of the best left backs in the world. But it's not going to happen if he's constantly getting injured. I don't know if it's because of the way he plays or what it is, but it needs to be investigated. Good points. Being Arteta out, who would you like to see manage us then? See, most of the good candidates are gone now. We've missed out on Conte. I would have gone for Rafa. I know that he's had an absolute nightmare at Everton, but I think that's more to do with the board. James will tell you a lot about the issues at Everton because he's a massive Everton fan. But at present, we'd have to go for someone who's in a job. And the problem is, I know that Arsenal would still paying Unai Emery off. If we sack Arteta, we're then going to have to pay him off as well. Mind you, his contract is up for renewal in 18 months. So I just don't think they're going to sack him. I think we're stuck with him for the next 18 months. And then whether he gets a contract, oh my God, I do hope not. I really do. Because I can't see how we're gonna like be that successful with him. But yeah, for me, I'd love to Arsenal to go and get Rafa or Don Carlo and Ancelotti, because I think both of them would improve this team radically. I really do. Or the Spain boss, who is managing the Spain team in the Euros. I think he's a really good coach. So yeah, there's a few candidates there, but then all of them are in jobs, so they're going to have to pay compensation and pay big wages to get them. So whether they're going to be willing to do that or not, it's another matter. James says, when all or nothing Arsenal edition comes out, I'm interested mainly to see what Arteta's management on camera is like, and the Aubameyang incident. Mate, I'm telling you, when that thing comes out, they aren't going to show us anything that puts Arteta in a bad light. All of it is going to be a massive marketing drive for Arsenal to like show him, try and portray him as being the greatest manager in the history of Arsenal and the greatest young manager in world football. That's what it's going to be. And they're going to try and make Aubameyang look like the demon and all this carry on. It's just going to be embarrassing, in my opinion. Damn, I've eaten all the pieces. Oh dear, mate, get on the phone to Domino's. I don't make Domino's. Don't. Oh my goodness. Dan Evans, totally off topic here. What are your thoughts on Aguero's retirement? You talking about Aguero? I think that it's the right thing to do. It's the only thing that he could have done, because he's got a heart condition. He ain't got a choice in the matter. His health has to come first, in my opinion. But what do you think, Dan? And James Dunlop says, cheers, Ron. I need to go. Take care, mate. See you all soon, guys. Cheers. All right, James. Take care, mate. Lovely to see you, buddy. Hopefully I'll see you again soon. MJ Neal says, what's the one thing you dislike most about Arteta? God. I'd have to... There's loads of things I don't like about him. But there's two things I'd have to say, because I dislike both of them a lot. And I dislike them. It's things that I find distasteful in anyone who I have trouble getting on with. One is his arrogance. I think he's extremely arrogant, and I think that holds him back. And the other thing is the discrepancies, let's say, in the way that he manages players. And what I mean by that is the difference in the way that he manages Granit Xhaka compared with the way that he's managed Aubameyang, Pepe, Guendouzi, Saliba, any number of different players. There's so many discrepancies in the way that he manages people, because I'm all about fairness and people being given equality of opportunity, and I don't see that with him. It's absolutely shocking, to be honest. But there you go. Dan Evans, CYA James. And James Dunlop says, see you, Dan. Dan Evans says, whoops, yeah, flipping hate. Autocorrect. And laugh out loud, Dan. And Arteta should be flipping burgers, not managing Arsenal. Laugh out loud. Well, if he wanted a job in football, he should have gone and started his trade, learnt his trade in the lower leagues, maybe managing, and I don't mean any disrespect by this to like teams in the National League or whatever, but he should have gone and applied his trade there and learnt his trade there and then worked his way up through the ranks, not just suddenly gone into a club like Arsenal. And it's Arsenal's fault. It's not Arteta's fault. That's why I don't blame him for taking the job, because they shouldn't have given the bloody job. It's just crazy. What other multi-million pound business, multinational, multi-million pound business gives the job of the top dog in the company to someone with no experience? It's just bonkers. It just wouldn't happen. And Dan says, so true, Taib. Yeah, it's Taib. You're spot on, mate. Absolutely. So after the games today, over the weekend, this was the league table. Man City were 3 points clear at the top from Liverpool in second. Chelsea have slipped back from Liverpool and City. They're now 3 points behind Liverpool and 6 points ahead of Arsenal in fourth. West Ham are now 4 points behind Arsenal, but they have a game in hand. Manchester United in sixth are 5 points behind Arsenal, but have 2 games in hand. So if they win those games in hand, they'll go above Arsenal by 1 point. And Tottenham have 3 games in hand on Arsenal and are 6 points behind. So if they win their games in hand, they will move 3 points clear of Arsenal. Dan Evans says, I think National League's a 50-50 place starting your manager career. As some teams, it would be perfect, not fighting for a title or fighting relegation. But for other teams, they are and have Super Part 1. Yeah, well, exactly. And no team that's serious should be looking to take on a novice. It just shouldn't happen. Ron, got to go now. Catch you later. Thanks for coming, Taib, and I look forward to seeing you again soon, mate. Take care, buddy. Send me an email and I'll respond, all right? Take care, buddy. Take care. Bye for now. Dan says, part 2, Essex like Rooney, brother, and some other League One players. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I meant when I said I don't mean any disrespect to them and stuff like that, because they've got their own agendas and stuff like that. And I just don't think any club, no matter what level they're in, if they're serious, should be taking on a novice like that. I just don't. I just think it's crazy. So, yeah, in the bottom 3, we had Burnley, Newcastle and Norwich. That remained unchanged. Watford are 4th bottom with 13. And, the table's getting a bit messed up with the old ding-dong because of the old ding-dong and situation. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. So the predictions table after match day 18. No one got any points for those 5 games: Manchester United, Brighton, Villa and Birmingham, Southampton, Brentford, Watford and Palace, and West Ham and Norwich, because all the games got called off. Then Leeds against Arsenal. I said Leeds would win the game by 2-1, but they got walloped 4-1 by Arsenal. The Everton-Leicester game got called off. And then Wolves against Chelsea. I said Chelsea would win by 1-0. The game ended in a 0-0 draw. I said Newcastle would lose 4-0 to Manchester City, and they did. And then Tottenham against Liverpool, I said Liverpool would win by 2-1, and the game ended in a 2-2 draw. So that was the fixtures for this weekend, which we've already spoken about. And then at the end of match day 18's fixtures, this was the Warren's Team Talk predictions table. James D had 109 points after getting 4 points this week. Mick had 92 points because he got 2 points this week. Warren had 85, i.e. me, because I got 5 points. I won this week. Yes! And Jamie H, I haven't heard anything from him for a few weeks now. So, he didn't give an entry, so he got 0 points. So he stays on 8. There you go. Now, there we go. Dan says, well, I'm here. Where can I find your prediction page? I completely forgot where you said it was. Laugh out loud. Right, Dan, it's on the Warren's Team Talk Facebook page. What I will do, let me see if I can get the link. I'm going to put the link for the Warren's Team Talk page in the description for the video if it's not already there. So all you need to do is just click on that link and it will take you to the Warren's Team Talk Facebook page, or go to, I think it's on the About tab. Let me just have a look. Yeah, if you go to the About tab and then click on where it's under links, it says Facebook. If you click on where it says Facebook, it will take you to the Warren's Team Talk page as well. If you go in there, it will tell you all about this competition and how the point scoring system works and all that stuff, because it's great fun and it's just a bit of a laugh, really. And like I said to everyone who comes in it, if you don't want your name displayed in public, like the other guys have, you can just tell me and I will make sure that you're anonymous in it, if that helps. Anyway, so I'm just gonna big up a couple of people and then I'll be closing the stream down. I just want to big up the GoonerClaude Trust, as I always do. Fantastic charity that gives opportunities to disadvantaged people, including children and disabled people, to be able to attend football matches in the top tier. Top tier. When I say the top tier, I mean the most exclusive tier. Arsenal Football Club at the Emirates, and there was excellent charity. It was set up in memory of Claude from AFTV when he died earlier this year, by his daughter and a couple of guys who used to help him run his YouTube channel. Those guys still have the YouTube channel operating, and from the money they get from their activities, they help fund the charity. So I put a link in the video description for the GoonerClaude Trust, so if you're interested, go and check him out. And then there's other great YouTube channels that you can check out. All of these channels have got a strong Arsenal basis because they're all Arsenal supporters. It's the old school Gunner. He's been supporting Arsenal since 1992. He discusses all things Arsenal and he brings you insightful Arsenal content. His content's great. It really is. There's the Three Pointers TV. They bring you cutting-edge watch-alongs, news, gossip, and any other topics relating to Arsenal. Arsenal Alex he's a very, very passionate Arsenal fan. Like myself, he's not convinced by Mikel Arteta. And one of the things he likes doing with his channel is bringing you instant match reactions. And then DrawnByDre is a young lad who does excellent Arsenal-related content, including his highly rated and excellent possession-based podcast. And then there's the Aussie Gooner. Now, the Aussie Gooner, bless him, he gets up at mad hours of the day and night to watch the Arsenal, and he brings you all issues, topics to do with Arsenal from an Aussie perspective. And he doesn't hold back in his opinions, and he's very plain talking, and I absolutely love his channel. It's superb. And the way he presents the information is second to none, let me tell you. The way he goes in and analyses the matches, it's top quality. Mate, I wish I could do it as well as he does, but he does a fantastic job. And then last but not least, there's the Claude and the Bansta's channel. That's the channel I was telling you about earlier that support the GoonerClaude Trust. And the two guys who present this channel, Diesel and Terry, they invariably end up having a massive tear up on screen about Mikel Arteta, because one is a massive supporter of Mikel Arteta and the other one thinks he shouldn't be the manager. So the two of them fight like cat and dog, and it's absolute quality, and their shows are absolutely amazing. So yeah, do yourself a favour, go and check them all out. I'm sure you won't be disappointed. Go and like their videos, subscribe to their channels, and all that sort of stuff. You won't be disappointed, I'm sure. So yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the show. Before you go, please don't forget to like the video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and please remember to share it around and let as many other people as possible know about my channel. I'd really appreciate that. And Dan has just come in with the chat saying found it. Excellent, good. I'm pleased to hear that, Dan. Dan says, very nice chatting with you, Warren. Take care of yourself and enjoy the rest of your night. You too, buddy. And I hope you have a great evening, and I hope that everyone else who's been watching this enjoys the show. And please put a comment in the comment section of the video if you're watching this on playback, and tell me what you think about the games that were played at the weekend, and also tell me whether the Premier League has made the right decision to continue on in the face of all the issues that are being caused by the old ding dong. And I'll be really excited to hear all your opinions about that. So anyway, guys, take care. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay safe, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. And thanks very much. It was great talking to you all, and I look forward to seeing you all again very soon. Thank you, and goodbye.